downtown Detroit, it's Jason Carr Live with your host, Jason Carr.
Good morning. Good morning, John. How are you?
Good morning, Jason. How are you?
Are you still in announcer mode?
Yes, I am.
Police in Texas have released video showing a woman stealing one of their cruisers after she was arrested, handcuffed, and put into the back of the vehicle. This body cam video shows officers taking Tasha into custody. Tasha Sponsler. She was shoplifting. That was the charge. So arrested on suspicion of shoplifting. Now watch as she manages to take off her seatbelt while sitting in the back of the car. After a few minutes, she's able to slip out of her handcuffs, then crawls into the front of the SUV and takes off.
And what I love about this is how many camera angles we now have. We have body cam as she's getting arrested. We've got the camera inside the vehicle so we can see her moving around. Then she's going to take off here in a second. You'll get the body camera angle from the officers. They're going through her stuff, and then the car's pulling away. And then moments later, you're going to have dash cam video from the actual car that was stolen, and dash cam video from the other officers. So it's amazing how many cameras are involved in this, and you get to see an entire event play out from all these different angles.
It is like a Hollywood shoot. Stop strip, the spike strip.
And so, yeah, she loses control, she crashes here and taken back into custody. We normally don't do stories like this on the 915, but this one was so cool how many camera angles are involved here. Apparently, she wouldn't get out of the vehicle. They had to bust a window open, which you gotta, I mean, like, it's your own vehicle. What are you busting your window for? There's only one set of keys, I guess.
They got their weapons drawn and everything, all from shoplifting.
Shoplifting. It's a serious charge.
Rich and compelling. Now this.
Oh yeah, rich and compelling. Take a look at what this is. I guess it simulates a drop of water. So this is for people who don't have access to water to study how water. That's a joke. Yeah. No. It's pretty amazing here.
You're full of it.
Rich and compelling. I've got so many rich and compelling videos today. You ready for another one? Look at this.
Cat wants to be eaten.
It's just looking to be eaten. Mm-hmm.
As Hurricane Irma reaches Category 5 strength, catastrophic, plane full of hurricane hunters is getting a closer look at the eye of the storm. In this video from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, you can see just how drastic the change is from the raging storm to the calm of the hurricane's eye. Almost as if on cue.
Yeah, it looks pretty calm in the middle.
Forecasters expect winds close to 200 miles per hour and a dangerous storm surge, like 10 feet is what I heard, as the storm makes landfall. Hurricane Irma moving through the northern Leeward Islands and is expected to hit Puerto Rico tonight. Could be making landfall in Florida as early as Saturday night. Did you get the loop from the Twitter?
Yeah, I've got a couple of them here.
Look at that. There's one that goes on for like 20 seconds all the way across. There it is.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Now, I was listening to NPR yesterday, and I guess Puerto Rico has a problem with their electrical infrastructure. And if this makes landfall in Puerto Rico, they could be looking at being without power for months, some areas of the island.
Roberta says, don't remind me of Irma. I'm staring down its throat. She is down there in the eventual potential path of landfall. Danish toy maker Lego will cut 1,400 jobs, or about 8% of its global workforce, after reporting a decline in sales and profits in the first half of 2017. Well, what do you know? Is Lego mania finally abating?
I don't think it'll ever end.
No,
they'll
but
always be around. But
I mean, it seemed like there was no ceiling to how high the company could fly with its various branding and partnering and the Lego movie and so on and so forth.
yeah, you would think the movies would be bringing in some revenue for them, but I just hope that people got to go out there and buy these things because it's such an important toy for children to play with. But man, are they expensive.
Hey, Chris Kennedy's joining us from Down Under. Good morning to you, or whatever time it is there. Amanda says, the Lego sets are not cheap. Tell me about it.
Yep.
Chairman Jürgen Nordstrup said the company needs to simplify its business model.
I left the name in there. I thought it's such a
Jürgen
good name.
Nordstrup.
Jürgen Wigschnurk.
Bork. Since 2012, the group has built an increasingly complex organization to support global double-digit growth. The group currently has more than 19,000 employees around the world. Lego University and Master Builders and Legoland at the mall and just Lego. Snowball corner pocket.
You called it.
Watching from the runway in Orlando is Jacob.
Jacob.
Remember Jacob used to sit here with us in the red hat? Is he on his way here?
Not right now. But he's got a hurricane coming.
Jacob went off to college. Be a highfalutin attorney, an esquire, a barrister, a man about the court. Korean cat is seen waiting at a crosswalk, obeying traffic signals. So you mean to tell me when that crosswalk light goes off to green or white over on the other side of the road, he's going to walk across?
Yeah. Just waiting patiently.
신을 왜 이렇게 길어? 안 바뀌어. 그러니까 바뀌기 싫은데.
Wait for it.
대박! 진짜? 어머. 가잖아.
So now we need to have this cat teach humans how crosswalks work.
As opposed to jaywalking. Hamad Garden of Algiers plans to unveil a new lion cub born in the zoo earlier this year. The lion cub named Kyla was born on May 27th, the first day of Ramadan. The veterinarians say they hand-fed the cub milk during her first days, and now she has started to eat meat. According to zoo staff, Kyla will make her debut to the public in the lion habitat in just a few weeks. If you happen to be in Algiers.
If you happen to be in Algiers, you got to stop by the zoo and take a look at the lion cub.
Unsinkable Molly Felsing has joined the fray, our usual crowd of commenters. Melissa Brown Tabaka says that, I think that was Melissa that said that the puppy just made my 4-year-old's day.
Which
in the
puppy?
corner pocket. Yeah, the puppy in the corner pocket. Yeah. Rich and compelling part 2. Now this.
Now the next one's really good. I don't have it in the rundown, but take a look at this video. Let me turn up the volume.
I do not find this funny at all. As a matter of fact, I find this to be child abuse. Do you have a number for Dyfus? Oh, mommy! Mommy! Stop him now! Why is my voice so deep? I do not know. Maybe because I'm a baby and I don't have a voice of my own. This is confusing. I still don't understand why you're not helping me, Mommy. Mommy!
Melissa Brown Tabaka says, Jason, you actually said my name right. Amazing, that never happens.
Yeah.
A home security camera caught the moment a meteor flew over Canada.
There it comes. Now, this is British Columbia.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, not that big a deal, but kind of nice. It's interesting that, like I said, even with that prior video with the arrest, how many cameras are out there catching all these things. It would have been a big deal 20 years ago to catch a meteor shower, but now you just leave the camera system on and one day you'll catch one. Oh, so now this is something I didn't put in the rundown, but we got to take a look at it because I got some amazing video yesterday. Take a look at that.
That is in front of Local 4, 550 West Lafayette, downtown Detroit.
Yep, that's yesterday. Now, from what I understand, this deer makes appearances all over downtown. Detroit police said that he comes by she comes by the public safety headquarters occasionally. They see him out there. Someone was telling me that they saw it on the lodge earlier. So you got deer in downtown Detroit.
Interesting. People are tying red balloons to sewer grates, and it's getting on the police officers'
Hold on, let
nerves
me,
because no
let
one
me grab
wants to
those
untie
pictures.
them. And they end up having to do it. Police asking the local prankster to please not continue placing balloons on the grates, similar to the movie It, which comes out on Friday. In a post on Facebook, the Litittsboro Police Department say they know the movie is coming to theaters in a couple of days, and they give the prankster creativity for promoting it. We want the local prankster to know that we were completely terrified as we remove these balloons and respectfully request that they do not do it again. That was the initial. So, our red balloon and It post we posted earlier today took on a life of its own, no pun intended, and now due to widespread media coverage all over the country and intense public scrutiny and outcry, we have turned the investigation over to our Criminal Investigations Division for further investigation and prosecutions of the person or persons or thing responsible. CID wasted no time springing into action. Here's one of them checking for fingerprints with their ever so handy can of duster. Don't worry, everyone, we'll have the person or thing responsible in custody in no time. These guys know what they're really doing. Don't tell them that clowns wear gloves. We want to see how long this keeps them occupied.
Fun stuff. You know, it's interesting because last year, right around this time, we had a whole clown craze going on.
Yes, we did. The
And,
creepy clowns popping up in the woods. Wasn't one of them just flat out punched?
Oh yeah.
Didn't
yeah.
a clown like show up and try to menace somebody, and the guy just hauled off and hit him?
And then we started having all of the robberies that were done by people wearing clown masks, and we had a hotel was robbed in Livonia, and it just went on and on and on. But hopefully that doesn't happen again.
In a shameless bid to up our live viewer numbers into the 400 or 500 range, we return now to our top story that normally we wouldn't trifle with here on the 9:15-ish, which is intended to be lighter fare, escapist fare. Police in Texas have released a video showing a woman stealing one of their cruisers after she was arrested, handcuffed, and put in the back of the vehicle. There she is right there. Her name's Tasha Sponsler. Watch as she manages to take off her seatbelt and her cuffs. Then after a quick look around, she crawls into the front of the SUV. There's cameras everywhere, as John pointed out our first go-round on this. And then she takes off. Body camera video shows officers going through her things the moment she peels out. They try to chase after her, but she's able to get away. Dash cam video from inside the stolen police cruiser shows her driving on the wrong side of the road and through the grass. Officers say speeds during the chase reached 100 miles per hour about 20 minutes after it all started. Look, got stop strips right there that she avoids. She eventually loses control. I mean,
It's a good crash.
yeah. Lufkin, Texas. Okay, so now they go to get her out and she won't come out. They end up pulling her out. After the chase, officers installed a new device in between the front and back seats on all of their marked units. Police say Sponsler had originally been identified as a shoplifting suspect. She's now charged with escape, causing serious bodily injury, aggravated assault against a public servant, evading arrest with a vehicle, unauthorized use of a vehicle, and possession of a controlled substance.
There's always a controlled substance in the pocket.
What about reckless driving and
all those other things?
I mean, there's a laundry list of stuff that she could.
But as far as the escape portion of it goes, like, I know that in some countries you can't be charged for trying to escape prison because that's the human condition, is to not want to be locked up. So if you are just content with being locked in prison, then there's something wrong with you. If you're trying to escape, then that's so you can attempt to escape and never be charged with it. So this woman, she's just trying to get away. I get it.
Wow. How long did you work on that thought?
Not very long, just as we started. Now, I think I have some more rich and compelling stuff. You sent me a picture of this snake.
Yeah?
That's a snake.
That is a snake perfectly coiled up. Can you take it full?
Yeah.
Looking like a kielbasa.
I would mistake
What would you
it
do
as
if
a
you
chair.
found that?
I think maybe that's like an interesting seat cushion. No, that's not a chair. Don't sit on that. Sit on it, Potsy. Isn't that what they used to say?
How do you remember that?
I would venture to say that I've seen every episode of Happy Days ever.
And probably more recently than I have.
Yeah. I would venture to say that I've seen every episode of Happy Days and I Love Lucy and Gilligan's Island. Maybe even the Brady Bunch too.
You are describing a large chunk of my youth there.
During my youth, that was TV Land. There was the Nick at Night or something. So after 9 o'clock, they were playing all that stuff, and every night I'd watch maybe 2 of those episodes. After so many years, you catch the whole season, the whole series.
So you mean to tell me you started watching Happy Days before Fonzie started wearing the leather jacket?
Yeah.
He had on like a windbreaker, if you recall.
Just the white tee and the windbreaker.
Yeah.
Yep. Had put together a motorcycle blind, if I remember correctly. I don't remember how he went blind. It was just temporary blindness. Well, let's look that up. How did Fonzie become blinded?
Look up Pinky Tuscadero.
Oh, yeah, I know about Pinky Tuscadero.
And the Malachi Crunch.
Did.
Seriously, it was an episode. Pinky Tuscadero and the Malachi Crunch.
So let's ask our viewers, how did Fonzie go blind?
And what did he jump while on water skis?
Oh, everyone knows that one.
No point. Just throw it on the pile for kindling.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so Fonzie was Al, of course, of Al's, accidentally struck Fonzie on the head with a metal tray, and Fonzie lost his sight. Yeah.
Did you look up Malachi Crunch and Pinky Tuscadero?
I don't know how to spell Malachi Crunch.
Malachi.
Malachi Crunch. There it is.
This is the part of the program where we just start making stuff up. We've been through the rundown completely, returning to our top story in a shameless bid for live viewers because police chases
It was the
do
Demolition Derby. It was the Demolition Derby maneuver in which two contestants working in tandem crash into an opponent simultaneously. Yeah. Coined in an episode of Happy Days when the Malachi brothers execute this maneuver on Pinky Tuscadero's car at the climax of the Demolition Derby. Pinky survived.
Can we see a photo of Pinky Tuscadero? Can you do a Google image search? And her sister, Leather Tuscadero, has a connection to Detroit.
Really?
Yes. Jan Roland Patty says, loved Pinky Tuscadero. Not as much as I did.
There she is.
Can we take it and blow it up, make it bigger, whatever the case may be? Oh, Pinky. Can you look up Leather Tuscadero?
Sure. Oh, yeah. That was the younger sister? And she played the guitar.
Susie Quattro. And I believe Susie Quattro has a connection to Detroit.
How's that?
Can you look it up? Susie Quattro. Oh, you looked up Leather Tuscadero. The girl from Detroit City. Susie Quattro. Detroit, Michigan. June 3rd, 1950.
Wow. Well, we got to get her on the show. She reached #1 in the UK?
Mm-hmm.
Can the Can, Devilgate Drive. I don't know those ones.
Barb, why do you say that? Oh, Mike John Jack was all over that. He was like, Susie Quattro played Leather. Oh, thanks, Lisa Lozano. The nice thing about this is that it archives and people watch it later. You can watch it at your leisure. Meredith says she was hot years ago. Cheryl Goudreau and Maria Couch Caucci. All right, I have to go get ready to do Live in the D. I'm doing a costume change today.
Ooh. How fast can you do it?
You mean take this shirt off and put a different shirt on?
Yeah.
5 minutes.
All right. Stay classy, Detroit.